Surgery. Just had my physical appointment. I was very sore. Now I'm having a paracetamol drip.
How are you doing?
Am I recording?
You're recording.
Got my ice pack on my leg. I'm home. And then a lot of pain. This is the ice pack. Mom just put it fresh and you just wrap it around. I haven't explained to them what the surgery actually was. I got an ACL reconstruction, which fixed the fracture, and then I got my lateral meniscus repaired. So I'm just editing this and realising that some of this won't make sense unless I say this here at the start. I had to stay basically in the hospital for the night because my blood pressure was really low, and it took like a day for my blood pressure to come up. But I got home the next evening, but it'll make sense later on whenever I talk about like me having like kind of blackouts and really faint episodes. Hello. We are on day 3. What was meant to be like an hour and a half surgery ended up being like a 3.5 hour surgery because I had to get my meniscus repaired and also like some sort of alteration so that my knee doesn't pop out anymore. And the doctor thinks that, so before I even fractured my knee, the doctor thinks that my ACL would have been injured before that because whenever I would have been stretching and stuff, my knee would have like popped out of its place like years ago. So my ACL has probably been injured for a long time, but yeah, I suppose I should go through the story. I went skiing with my family on the 1st of January 2024, so it's now the 31st of May 2025, January, March, April, May, so nearly a year and a half ago. I went skiing, and on the second day of skiing I like basically just twisted my knee in and injured it. When I got the x-ray done in Bulgaria, they told me my lateral my medial and lateral ligaments were torn or injured, I'm not sure. And that was grand. I had crutches, and at the time it felt like it was worse. Like I felt like it was probably worse than what they were saying, but I went back and then I got it x-rayed again, and where I felt as soon as I got home, and then the same thing came up. So in the x-ray, that's all that came up was like the ligament damage. But we like, you know, pushed and we were just like, no, there's something else wrong here. Hopefully you can hear me okay. There's something else wrong here. I think we need an MRI just to be sure, because the chiropractor that we go to, Marie, said there could be an avulsion fracture, and I didn't even know what that meant back then. I was just like, oh, we'll push for an MRI. But anyways, we couldn't get an MRI done with the NHS because they were just like, no, 2 months of rest and you'll be fine, you know, because it's just MCL basically. So I rested January, February, and then March, April, May, June, I basically was just doing as much rehab as possible. I was paying for like injury rehab, and I was paying for like back to play sports and stuff, and I was doing all that, and I was like really doing the rehab well. And like my muscles and stuff felt strong, but like anytime I tried to do twisting and turning on the football pitch, like I don't even want to say I play it because I haven't played it in so long, but I was wanting to get back to GAA, so like Gaelic football and camogie, and I tried to go back to training. Like I tried to maybe train a few times in like April, and then May I played like a half of a match, or like 10 minutes of a match even, and then I played the next match against Steelstown, and I played the first half, and it was really unstable, but like my muscles felt strong, but there was something that was not right, like it was so unstable. And I basically then in the second half, first 5 minutes of the second half, my knee just twisted in, and I just felt like I'd just done the same injury over again. At that time I didn't go to minor injuries or A&E because I just knew it was the same injury, and I was just wondering what the hell is going on. And I knew that if I went to minor injuries, whatever, they would just x-ray and say, same thing, rest for 2 months, you'll be grand. I wasn't even put on, like I wasn't even sent on to like physio. I had to get that all sorted out myself. And then that was grand. Over summer I kind of just was resting it again and just doing the rehab, like trying to strengthen the muscles and stuff. But anyways, then like September, October time, that's whenever I started pushing to get an MRI. So I got an MRI done privately end of November, I think. And then that's when it came up that I had an avulsion fracture. And so then I was sent through to orthopedics in Musgrave. So then at the end of March was whenever I had my consultation with the consultant, the person that did my surgery, and he basically had just said, like, you know, there's no way around, like, he just basically was saying that it's horrible that they missed this, and he'll try to put me to the front of the list for surgery. An avulsion fracture is whenever, like, the bone's pulled off. So I'll show. An avulsion fracture, it was whenever the ACL had ripped the bone off my tibia, which is the top of my shin. And so it just hadn't reattached itself for the whole 1.5 years. Basically the waiting list is usually like 6 months to get these done, so but I actually, was just literally the end of May, or end of March, so April, May, literally 2 months later, I got my surgery done there on the 29th, Thursday the 29th of May, and yeah. I must get the actual name of the surgery. It's like ACL reconstruction, so it's like patella tendon, bone, with like alteration. So this is for like the movement of the knee plus meniscus repair. And he didn't realize it was going to be such a long surgery because he assumed that the bone that had been like pulled off would have been kind of stuck and like not moving, but it was actually still moving free in there. So we had to do some sort of thing where you had to suture it, and it made it more difficult. Anyway, because it's a longer surgery, I have to keep my leg straight for 2 weeks. Or not because of the longer surgery, but because of whatever extra things he had to do in the operation. I have to start off with 2 weeks off my leg being completely straight. Now this brace is an absolute pain in the ass. The sorry for the feet. The physio said basically this brace is meant to be like one size fits all, but it's more like it's too big for my leg, really. Like it's not tight enough, so like it always just like slides down, and like if I try to walk on it, it just puts so much pressure on my leg. And like obviously the only time I'm really getting up is to like have to get up and go to the toilet and stuff like that, and it makes you so lightheaded because all the blood is almost like being pushed down. So I'm really excited to get this first 2 weeks over, because this brace is just the bane of my existence at the minute. But yeah, and then after that, so my main aim at the minute is, again, I'll not be able to properly show you, but it's to stretch the foot up and push the knee down. I'll show you my left leg actually. So it's to basically do this, being able to do this. That's the aim. So I've just been trying to move and push it down as much as possible. Sorry about the feet. The painkillers I can take 2 paracetamols 4 times a day at home. I've got dihydrocodeine. I can take that every 6 hours, one every 6 hours if I need it, and then the morphine, which is even stronger, it can also be taken every 6 hours. I don't want to take morphine at home. They gave me one in the hospital just to make sure I could take it and like I wasn't really sick with it. But I'm trying to just stick to the less intense painkillers anyways. And what else? My foot, so it's kind of, the numbness has kind of gone away, but for the first like 24 to 48 hours my foot was really numb, like my leg and like the calf and shin area is all quite numb, and my feet were very tingly. They say it's because basically to do the operation they have to move all the nerves out of the way, and then that's probably why the numbness, and also like the anesthetic dropping off as well. So but that was really annoying. But yeah, other than that it's mostly just painful now. So I'll let you know if it gets any easier. So I'm just reading my ACL reconstruction physiotherapy advice book. So what I got done was ACL reconstruction with repair of lateral meniscal repair, and an additional procedure known as lateral extra articular tenodesis, LET, which is for the movement so that it doesn't pop out. Thank you. Another day, another dollar. It is the 1st of June, so day 4. And this morning, whenever I tried to go to the toilet at like 9 o'clock, I got very faint because I took the strong painkillers with no food. I think that's what was wrong. Today I started taking, so I get injection through my stomach to stop blood clotting, and then I think that, like, I don't know if it's TMI, but I think that makes you constipated. I don't feel constipated, but I also haven't went since before the surgery, and this is 4 days on. So I started taking, I took my first laxative there. You have to take it twice a day, or like you can take it twice a day. I feel fine though, but Mama just thinks it's better to do it as a precaution.
The lighter.
Wiggling the toes. Can you show me it?
It's actually free. Right, so I don't like it. Smile. Hey.
Right, but this does look like you.
Not that it doesn't. Jesus. What in the hell is that? That's like good, like, but. Dude, it looks like me.
Not like your actual features, but like the general.
All the actual features of like the really nice jawline and stuff.
No, the jawline is yours. I mean, the eyes and stuff doesn't really look like yours. This is what he drew for me.
Alright. It's genuinely not that bad.
It's the 2nd of June, Monday the 2nd of June, day 5. I got through the night with only one strong painkiller last night, the dihydrocodeine, Haven't taken any of the morphine at home yet. I basically slept from like 11:30 to like 5 last night, and then I woke up and thought, oh, am I gonna need another painkiller? And I decided to not take a painkiller, and I did fall back to sleep, and then woke up again at like 8:30, so we're getting somewhere. Appointment booked for my first physio appointment in Marfeld. Oh my god, my hair's so crazy. Yeah, so appointment booked for Wednesday afternoon in Marfeld. It's Monday, so that's pretty darn soon. I'm hoping that I'm in a lot less pain, because the traveling in the car is probably the hardest part, so let's just hope that that's not too painful. The lunch is served again, thanks to Mama. Believe it or not, this is a recipe that I came up with. So we have some vegetables and chopped tomatoes, halloumi, cannellini beans, and then with quinoa. And she's given me a Huel, me energy drink with your vitamins and electrolytes. My blood pressure is low, so I think you're supposed to get more salts in, so, and it tastes good. This is lunch, and it's half 12. Woohoo! So I think I can already tell that Brooklyn Nine-Nine is going to be the comfort show for the first one. So that one is Everything I Know About Love. Dolly Alderton, Cora got me that one. Shout out to Cora. And then behind the crisp packet is Talk Like Ted. Kahar gave me that. Those are my next 2 reads for June. Day 6. Rah. I'm just saying that I've got some bruises here. Can you see on my wrist and on my hand? Basically that's from, it wasn't the anesthetic doctor, it was like the women around that were like preparing me for the surgery. They tried like 3 times to get a vein to put the anesthetic into, and they were like poking around and like moving it around in there, so that was really nice before the surgery. I don't know why there's a bruise here though. That is slightly worrying. It is day 7, physio day. It's already the afternoon. I really wasn't feeling well this morning, so I just slept on most of the morning and was feeling nauseous when I got up, but feeling a bit better now. Anxious for the physio appointment, anxious for getting into the car again, but fingers crossed all will go well, and yeah.
Say in circles. Right.
And then, yeah, go across the body as well. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And then support underneath the knee as well.
Two more.
Bend in the knee when you're doing
3, 4, 5, 11. Right.
Yeah, one more.
12.
So make sure my knee doesn't move.
Very hard to do without your knee moving, isn't it?
Yeah.
the air. Using these moments.
On to you.
Okay.
Hip movements then. Yep. So ankle movements. Yeah, up and down.
I just thought I'd close this video. I had just kind of kept vlogging over the past few days and wasn't sure whenever I was going to end it, but I think the week point's good. And then I'll start a new one for this week as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful for somebody who's either going through the same thing, might be going through it sometime soon, or even just to know what it's like. I'm trying to be as realistic as possible because I would have liked to know what it was going to be like. I wasn't prepared for this week at all, but hopefully seeing, you know, the other side of the worst of it now. And yeah, keep an eye out for the next video because I'll probably just do the same next week. Bye!